Knox County have been swamped with a concerning number of hoax calls and school shooter threats. Most recently, KCSO arrested a 12-year-old student at Carter Middle for making a school shooting threat. Reporter Olivia Daig spoke to Knox County Sheriff Tom Spangler about the string of hoax calls we've seen lately in Knox County schools.
It's hard to understand, but I think a bigger part of me is just really upset about it.
Sheriff Tom Spangler says a surge of hoax calls in 1 week is incredibly frustrating.
Wondering what's going through young people's minds right now.
The sheriff says the string of threats started with 3 Gibbs Middle School students who called 911 to report an active shooter. We obtained a transcript of these hoax calls Wednesday. The first call was from a boy at 11:31 a.m. He says, "Yes, sir, there's a school shooter at Halls." In the second call a minute later, you hear a girl. She says, "There's a shooter at Halls Middle School." And then another voice on the phone calls out, "Get down." And then you can hear what sounds like laughing. The sheriff says this call was particularly disturbing.
You can almost hear, and it sounded like a young lady, you can almost hear her laugh. And I'm thinking, you know, what's funny about this? What's funny about threatening your classmates?
He says there should be more accountability and consequences for people who take up community resources. One solution is bringing it up at the state capitol.
A mass destruction or the threat of it is a misdemeanor right now for juveniles. And making the false call and or false report is a felony. And it seems like it might be a little bit backwards. But my understanding is the legislators are looking at it. There's already a first draft on it.
In Knox County, I'm Olivia Daig.
The sheriff says this is a nationwide problem, but in Knox County, numbers have skyrocketed. In 2023, the Juvenile Crimes Unit investigated 166 school threats. That's an almost 50% increase from the year before. The majority of those were verbal threats, but social media threats have only gone up since 2020. New info